Hey guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with today's call and demonstration. Again, if you were not on earlier, what I was saying was the way that this call works is the first portion of the call, I'm going to be walking you through how to set up something that I think you guys need to know in order to use call text. Today, I'm going to be walking you through setting up an automation campaign. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up to any questions so you guys can go ahead and ask me how to set something else up. If you have questions, that don't have to do with the automation or what I'm going to be showing you today, then you can ask those questions and I can walk you guys through that after once we get into that Q&A section, okay? But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. And in the meantime, guys, you guys, just so that it's still fresh, just make sure that you guys just ask the questions now if you want to. Just put them in the chat box, and then after, I can just go back and read them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. All right, so right away, you guys, this is the, you can see this is the dashboard of call text. Again, what I'm going to be showing you guys is how to set up an automation campaign. This is going to be for anyone that wants to, set up automated text blasts to go out or email blasts to go out when a certain action is taken, whether that's them texting in, whether they call into the CRM program, or whether they fill out a form. Whatever it is, we can set it up so that they can get those automated messages and you won't ever have to manually send to them, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is when you come in here, you need to make sure that you go in and you create your templates, okay? So we need to make sure that we create the messages that are going to be going out to them that are inside of the campaign itself. As you can see right here, I have quite a few templates in here. This is just from past trainings, but I'm going to walk you through how to set up your very own. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be setting up a text message template, and I'm going to be setting up an email one, okay? So what we're going to do is once we come to templates, we're going to click add template, add SMS template, and then we're going to name them. So we can name this one automation workflow text message number 1, okay? And then we can go ahead and we're going to just type in, you can ignore the from and the copy template. I'm going to go ahead and just start typing the message text right here. So we're going to go ahead and say, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. Please let me know if you have any questions. Okay, and obviously you don't have to copy me. You're going to put whatever you want to put as far as what you want your welcome message to be. I'm just going to put that for now. Go ahead and hit submit. You can always go back and change them if you want to. Oops. Go ahead and just choose that. And then, so now if I go over here, you can see I have this automation workflow template right there. If I wanted to, I can come back in and change it. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so I can say, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. Please let me know if you have any questions. All right, so we can always just change it. And then, so now we have our first message. Okay, so now we have our text message, and we're going to go ahead and create our email message now, okay? There is 2 different types of emails. There's a HTML and a simple one. HTML is for when you want to design, an email with pictures and colors and links and all those things. A simple one is for those of you that just want to create a template that's just text, okay? But we're going to be designing a HTML email, okay? So again, if you just want to use the simple one, just click on add a simple email template. But I'm going to be walking you through the HTML one right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and just start designing this. We can go through, images that we have in here. Let's see. Let's just say this is my, let's say that's my company logo. If I wanted to, I can make it smaller. Okay, and then it's as easy as just dragging and dropping different boxes. Okay, guys. So I can come over here and drag in a text box and say, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. Please let me know if I can help you with anything. And then what I could do is, guys, I can come over here and click on this add signature. So you can see right here, I have my pre-built signature. It says thank you, my name, and then my call text phone number. And then I can also add an unsubscribe link. Okay. You want to make sure that you have that so you don't get marked as spamming. You need to make sure that you're giving people a way to unsubscribe and opt out from these messages. Okay. And now what we can do is here. What I can do is I can start messing with how large I want the content area to be. Okay. And then I can do things like change the background color. So if I wanted to make that, gray, this whole background color gray, but then I want to change the content background to be white, I can do things like that. Okay. Just to kind of make it look a little neater and a lot more visually appealing. Okay. If I want to separate this image from this text to give it more space, I can do that. Okay. And now I have an email all designed and set up and ready to go. So what I'll do is I'm going to hit save, hit template name, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this because I want it to be uniform. So automation workflow, and I'm going to name this email message number 1. Then we're going to go ahead and put our subject line, hello, your pen. Okay. I hit submit. And so now I have that email template and I have the text template. I can go ahead and close out of that one. And if I click here to view more, and now I have these 2 templates right here. Okay. So now we have the base of the campaign ready to go. The next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go ahead and create a tag. Okay. So tags are basically what runs the entire system. It's what's going to allow us to track different results. We're going to be able to track how many contacts came into the system through whichever way, so we can figure out if they came in through email, figure out if they came in through texting, calling in, things like that. And then tags are also what is going to cause the campaigns to start. They're gonna be what's causing the automation to actually take place. Okay, guys. So you can see I have a bunch of tags in here already. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new one. I'm going to call automation workflow, and then we can do new text lead. Actually, let's do this. Start campaign. Okay, and I'm going to hit submit. And so I'm going to use that one tag to start the campaign. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do, let's say automation. Let's do this. New lead text and automation. Okay, let's just do that. Let's hit submit. I'm going to create 2 more tags. And I'm going to do this colon. Okay, and then the last one's going to be automation. Okay, and I'm going to hit submit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to our virtual numbers. Okay, I'm going to go into keywords and I'm going to go into my form builders. And guys, if this is like all too fast for you, uh, don't worry. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this video and I'm gonna throw it into the trainings onto the website. So if you want to go back in and rewatch what I'm showing you here, you'll be able to do that. Okay. So if at any point you feel lost, um, you can always just go back to those videos and watch them, or you can call in or message into us, and we'll be able to help you with setting this up. Okay. But anyway, so now we're going to go to the virtual numbers, and again, we need to make sure that we have those templates set up and we have those tags set up, because we're moving on through this whole setup, and now we're at the point where we want to make sure that every point of contact that they have with us, so any way that they come into our system, is tagging them so that the automation workflows can actually take place. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use this phone number right here, and I'm going to tell the system that anytime someone, go over here to tagging, anytime someone calls in, I want the system to go ahead and tag those contacts. Let's see if I can find it. New lead, call in automation. Okay. And then, so anytime they call in, it's going to apply this tag to them. And then anytime they message in, text in automation. Okay. They're going to go ahead and get this tag applied to them. So I'm going to hit submit. So that's all you have to do with the phone number. So again, so if you have any marketing, whether that's online or you're sending out direct mail, or you're just handing out business cards, whatever it is, anytime that phone number is called, you'll be able to know that this lead came in because they called in. Okay. So that's a great way to track all the leads that come in from calling. We can also do it to where, again, if they message in, so if you're doing any type of marketing and you say message to this phone number, we can also track it that way. So now we know if they're calling in or if they're messaging in. We can also do things like keyword marketing. Okay, so that's going to be for those of you that do things like text in the word free to this phone number and get a special report or whatever it is. That's how keywords are going to come into play. So what we can do is I'm going to go ahead and take one of these keywords that I already created. I'm just going to go ahead and say this cash now one. And what I'm going to say is anytime someone texts into this cash now, I'm going to have it apply that same tag, new lead, text in automation. The better way to do it is to create another tag that says new lead keyword automation, or whatever you want it to do, so that you separate it out so that you can monitor exactly how those leads are coming in. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and reuse this one. I'm going to hit submit. Okay, so now anytime someone texts that keyword into my phone number, the system's going to apply that same text in automation tag. Okay, and then the last way that they can come in is going to be through a web form. Okay, so I have these web forms out on the web, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use this free report form. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and choose the new lead. Where did it go? Form automation, hit submit. Oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why I did that little funky thing, but now we have this tag there. So anytime this form is submitted, that tag new lead form automation is going to apply to it. Okay. And so now we have, again, we did the phone number, we did the text, and then we did the form submission. So now we have all of those taken care of. Anytime someone does any of that, they're going to get placed into our, they're going to be tagged so that we can go ahead and monitor them. Okay. And then so we basically what we did is we set it up for tracking. The last thing we need to do is set it up for the campaign. Okay. So I'm also going to tell the system to go ahead and apply the tag automation workflow start campaign. Okay. So the other tags were for just tracking, and this one is going to be for the workflow starting. Okay, so we want to make sure that we start that campaign. So now anytime someone calls in, they're going to get that tag applied. Anytime they text in, they'll get that tag applied. And anytime they, why does it keep doing that? Anytime they fill out the form, they're going to get this tag right here. Okay, so we're going to come back, and now we're going to go to the campaign section. Okay, and again, guys, it's important that you do the rest of those steps, because now we're able to actually set up that campaign. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy that, and I'm going to name the campaign Automation Workflow Campaign. Okay, and what I'm going to do is tell the system anytime this Automation Workflow Start Campaign tag is applied, we're going to send them this text message 5 minutes after they either called in, filled out a form, or sent a text message. And then, so 10 minutes after they filled out or called in or sent in a text message, they're going to get this email. Actually, let's do this. Let's say 1 day after. Okay. So 5 minutes after they get the text message, and then 1 day after they get the email. Okay. So now we have that automation campaign all set up. You guys can test it out yourself if you want to. The easiest way is probably going to be to just text this number right here. There it is right there. Then you can see now in 5 minutes, you'll be getting that text message that I just set up. Just so you can kind of see for yourself, how it works. And then also, once this is done, you can go back, watch that video, and then set it up for yourself. Okay, guys, it's important that you do all that tagging, all the templates and things like that. You want to make sure that you're tracking everything that's happening, and then you want to make sure that everything is organized, so that it doesn't get all cluttered, and you know exactly how everything is running inside of the program. All right. So now with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and come back and just open it up to any questions that you guys might have. So if you have any, go ahead and just type them in the chat box, and we'll go ahead and answer them for you, okay?
Unmuted.
Okay, so Thomas asked, are we able to send mass text messages to a pre-selected group? Yes, you can definitely do that. And there's one way to do it, but there's different ways to set it up. Okay, so here, let me see real quickly. Let me share my screen with you guys one more time. Okay. Let me see. Is it going to share? There we go. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to compose message. All right. And this is where you're going to be able to send the blast out. And you're going to click on right here, SMS, or it depends on what you're wanting to send. You can do email, text message, picture message, or a voice blast. Okay. But right now I'm going to show you guys how to do it as an SMS. You have the option to send to everyone inside of your database. Okay, so all of your contacts, you can do that if you wanted to. But obviously, you're going to have your contacts segmented out. And the best way to segment them, again, is through the tagging. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could send a message to everyone that, got tagged with that automation workflow call-in, right? So for all of those people, I can send them a text message at once. Now, if you're coming into the program, so that's one way. So if you have it set up to where the CRM or so that call text is tagging your contacts, later on, you can go back and say send to these people. Okay, so I can say, send to everyone that has the new lead text and automation tag. Okay, or what I could do is, let's say for example, you have a list of contacts already, and you want to bring them into call text, what you can do is in the contact tab, you can import those contacts. And if you want to, you can go back. I have a training on importing contacts. I walk you through how to do that. I don't want to take too much time with that again. You can go back in and see how to do that. But basically what you would do is you would come here to import contacts, and you're going to tag them right away. Okay, so if you're going to bring in your list, I can say this is going to be a list for all my contacts that are already signed up for my free training, and I'm going to bring them into call text. So I'm going to tag them right away. So every contact that I bring in through that list is going to have that tag. And then I can go back here and say send to everyone that has that free training tag. Okay. And then you have the option to send it right away. Or if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to send it at 3 o'clock today, we could do that as well. Okay. So I would choose 3 o'clock. And so now what I did is I told the system I want to send to everyone that has this free training tag, and I want to send it to them at 3. Okay, so that's how you would do that. Yep, no problem. So Joshua, you asked, is there, if a lead has more than one cell number, can you text all available numbers? At the moment, when you do the blast, it's only going to send out to the defaulted numbers, but they are working on a feature to go ahead and say send to those contacts, or every contact's available phone number. But as of right now, it's only going to send to their defaulted number. As far as when it's going to be available, I know it's one of the things they're currently working on right now. So it is going to be, a feature that comes out sooner. But as far as the exact date, I'm not quite sure. It just depends on, when they release it. The way that it works is they release features onto a back end version of the program so that they can test it, and then once it's done testing, they bring it out to the actual public version. So I don't know the exact date on that. No problem. How do we sign? Because you're asking how do we sign up for virtual phone numbers? Here. Okay. So with your membership, you get 5 phone numbers. What you would do is you just come over to this virtual number tab. You can see right here I have 3. So I'd have 2 more that I can use with my account. After 5, it's not like you can't have more than 5, but after 5, it is another $3 a month per phone number. But anyways, the way you get it is you click that add virtual number right there, and then we can search for area code. So we're in 661, so I would search 661. Oh, they don't have any. Let's see here. I can also use 559. Yep. And then, so I have a list of these available phone numbers. And so all I would do is just click this checkbox and hit next. And then right here, it does say that this is how much it's going to charge you. It's giving you the estimate as far as what it would be if you were going to go over your 5. So I would be prorated at 170 if this was my 6th number, but because I'm still within my limit, I can still hit buy, and it's going to be part of the 4 that I have. Okay, and what you want to do is after you get it, you're going to click on that phone number again, and you want to make sure that you change the name of it so that you can remember what it's used for. Okay, so I can use this one for training class, right? And then I can hit submit, And now I have that number, and I know this one's for the training class. Okay. But that's how you get another virtual number. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end today's call. Again, if you have questions after the call, just reach out to us to one of those 4 different ways, and we'll be more than glad to help you with that. Okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's call, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.